Good afternoon. I welcome you back for our blast here in the gallery in Basel, this time with another background, and I'm delighted to be able to announce an exhibition opening next week, only on appointment, but of a very great collection which we were entrusted upon of Coptic textiles. It was established in the 1940s, 50s, and published, a few pieces were published in 1962 in the journal Du, here. And you see the piece shown here is actually in the showcase behind. And luckily it survived all the intemperies of time, as they were stored for all the period in little boxes and cardboards on a cupboard. So they were not exposed to light, as Coptic textiles are rather delicate. It is the period when you have the grandiose exhibition in the Villa Hügel in Essen in 1963 of Coptic art in general. Interest into this very important field of late antiquity may have waned a little bit, but quite frankly, when I received this collection and I had the opportunity to look at details, it's unbelievable. I mean, the quality of the weaving in the details here. I don't know how they did it. And it's so jolly. You have so many lovely little details of dancing, women, men, animals, wonderful vegetal decorations. The technique is awesome and of course reflects a very old tradition, which was not started at late antiquity, but it gives us a last glimpse into a great art, lost now because it's organic material, about which we have some literary sources. When you have descriptions, for example, about the weavery and decoration on Alexander's mantle at the Battle of Gaugamela, describing in detail what is weaven, what is on the armor, it gives us an idea about the wealth of this art, now forever, with very few exceptions, lost. Coptic textiles are the last flower of this art, and such a rich art. We will go now through this exhibition, which opens next week, and I will show you details. Here the subjects of this great art are pagan. You see here a centaur jumping, or over here you have Eros flying above a line. These are pagan subjects in a tradition of the world before. But you will see later on Christian subjects start to mingle with. You have both worlds side by side with an enormous amount of jolliness. If you look here, two erotes flying and smiling at each other. One may even wear possibly a moustache. A bird, tree, it's a live tree, but so funny with this fantastic lion and this gazelle, antelope. Then suddenly you start having patterns reminding us of Christian art with the aureole around the head. Then it goes on, if we walk through this exhibition. I put at the beginning of this exhibition something very touching. It's a complete little stola or poncho, you would say nowadays, for a child, with all these animal friezes and jumping or dancing, I would say, women on both sides. And here you have where the head would go through, and it's virtually complete. We allowed ourselves for this opportunity on the occasion to add some Roman glass to give more colorful and cheerfulness to it, as it is an exhibition which is showing also the gallery a little bit in general. When we continue here, we have a remarkable technique which survived in few Coptic textiles. It's rare. It's knotting. The fibers are knotted, and it looks like a very contemporary design, having these knots hanging out. It's a specific technique. And then again here, a very funny bird with a red beak walking, and here the other side. Again, a little rabbit, a dog on a leash, jumping. So it's a cheerful world, very colourful, watched by a wonderful portrait of Fayum slightly earlier. This portrait was published by Klaus Palaska, the specialist on Fayum portraits, and is included in his corpus. It's a very important piece from the United States. If we go on, you will have the entire collection spread out on tables, because it's the best way to protect these works and to present them and give them some rest. This particular case I protect by silk paper, because it's possibly the files here, not the best preserved, but incredible in quality. You see here the mixture of both worlds, a Christian cross and two erotes, now angels, holding it or flying towards it. Here, for example, these are erotes holding a bust of Aphrodite in a medallion. Here we have a sea monster. So we have a mixture of pagan iconography and the merge of Christian iconography, which makes it very exciting. Typical subject, birds. Birds and fishes, or snails. Some of these pieces are published in 1963 in the Do magazine. The collection is presented as one object and should and will remain together, because it was collected by this family, an old Basel family, with much love and much understanding of this world. And it's been in that family for a very long time. Here we have a tunic, very richly colored pieces with saints. Here we are really in a Christian iconography, and they're very funny. Their eyes blinking and looking at us, even gesturing. Then here a textile with Coptic inscriptions. They're not easy to decipher. It's the Greek alphabet, but it's a language on its own. Then here the group with these brown weaving patterns, which have been originally purple. Here a very pagan subject, probably Mars with a sword, or at least a male with a sword. But could it not be Paris and three women in front of him deciding whom to give the apple? We don't know, but it's a possibility. And here another technique which exists and of which we have the most beautiful examples in the Abegg Foundation. It's knotted carpets. It's like knotted textiles hanging probably on the walls of the houses. So it's not woven, but it's knotted. These are all examples of knotted, and even with the leashes, of knotted textiles, here with a lot of purple in it, and here a rather magnificent head of probably seasonal, wearing fruits and the garland in her hair. So this is a very rich world we're showing here, and I hope to surprise you. I never did that before, and I must say it's for me a joy to do that in these not very easy times, and We are also able to present single pieces from our own stock, but the main issue of this exhibition is this very good collection, which was